All right, have lost another member of the pod, so down to your faithful co-commissioners on the back half here. I'm gonna run through my efficiency stats here. It was a pretty solid week through and through. Everybody, like I said, everybody freaking brought it for rivalry week. So shouts out to you guys. Starting at the bottom, I have myself. I uh I freaking sucked this week. I'm not gonna lie. Left Jamal Williams, Kyle Pitts, Rondale Moore, and Kirk Cousins all on my bench, and they outscored my starters, which yeah, really, really fucking sucked. But only 76.7% of my potential points scored this week, and I am in last place. Only person under 80 this week, so this might be our best week. Moving on to 11th place, Nick and Adam. They left Duvernay and Kenyon Drake on the bench. Those Ravens did pretty fair, 83.2% of their points. 10th place, Cole. You only scored 76 points, so I'm not really going to go fix your lineup for you because the whole team just sucks. 9th place, Brandon, 87.5%. We have had a pretty solid stretch here for Brandon. Left Jerry Jeudy on the bench. That was his big mistake. And in 8th place with 88.7%, Oria. Uh, very solid job there. Who did you leave on the bench there?
Jacoby Myers.
Yep, yep. There you go. Explained in that name. 7th place. We are all jumbled up here in the high 80s. We got like 5 teams in the high 80s. 7th place, Will, 89.1%. He also did not have a good week, but the Naheem Hines touchdown to showcase his trade value this past week should have been started over Robinson.
I already dropped Robbie. That was a terrible trade by me. Will, you win.
Yeah, got desperate for receivers, but yeah, I mean, how would we have known that he was going to go to the best possible place that he could go? Anyway, moving on there into the top half, AJ, last person in the 80s, in 6th place with 89.3%. He really did nothing wrong. The man put up 170 points. I'm not going to nitpick here, but who would have thought that Devonte Adams was going to be the reason that he's not above 90 here? Anyway, moving into the A grades on the week, 5th place, Dan, 92.4%. Great job there. Still lost though, so not that great. Romeo Dobbs on your bench, hurt. 4th place, Ryan, 94.4%. You would have liked to have a couple of those points there against AJ, but yeah, man, DK Metcalf, who knew that he was healthy? Nobody, not even me. I benched him elsewhere as well. 3rd place, Carter, with a 98% of his possible teams scored. Still couldn't crack 100 though, so not much to add on to there. And then we have a tie at the top with both of the Sams, both having perfect weeks. Perfect rivalry week, both of them with the dubs. Not a whole lot to complain about there. Excellent job by those fellas. All right, last section of the day. We got start sits. Oria, tell us what you're up to here.
Absolutely. Two things before I get into that. One, I know I said I wouldn't shit on Nick anymore, but I'm just sitting here in the car thinking about how much I hate him. I can't help it. I just can't help it. I can't believe he's not here after rivalry week. After all that talk last week, the dancing with the fake trophy, the music he had going on, the screaming, the shit talking. If I lost, I'd be here. I'd be here wearing that L across my chest, taking the beating like a man. But no, Nick is showing his true colors. Baby diapers. So yeah, that's my Nick shitting on. And then two, what more could you want out of your commissioners? All right, Cole is dead and gone off into the afterlife. Will has a booty call, I'm assuming. I don't know what's going on at this hour that he has to bounce on a weeknight. And Nick, we have already classified as Giga Bitch. So he's just not here. But Who is there? The two commissioners. All right. So don't say we've never done anything for this league. I'm risking my life here by reading and driving and doing dumb shit that I shouldn't be doing with no regard for my safety and others. But now we've got some start sits to talk about, and that's what I'm here to do. So first off, for my starts, I've got Juju versus Tennessee. I've seen him and Patty Mahomes talking more about how their chemistry's clicking. It's showing. The Chiefs are going to run through Tennessee, and I think it's going to be very beneficial for Juju. I also have Darnell Mooney versus Miami. Not a big Mooney fan, but I do think that Justin Fields has turned it around these last few weeks, which is pretty strange to say. And Miami is a good offense and a terrible defense. So we just saw that last week. They put up another huge game with the Lions, gave up so many points. So I think Mooney is going to be the recipient of a few catches. And then my last start, Romeo Doubs versus Detroit. Same deal. Exactly like I said for Miami, they give up a shit ton of points. So does Detroit. Detroit gives up so many points, and I think Romeo Doubs is simply like the best receiver in that room. They're all shit, I guess, so it doesn't really matter. But Lazard's been banged up, and Christian Watson's still out, and Sammy Watkins is up and down, and I think he's going to be really the only healthy and decent target. He's coming off a good week. I think he's going to do it again. Then for my six, I have Marquez Valdes-Scantling. As the season goes on, he just shows that he is less and less part of that offense. He had like a 14-point week, but I think that's him playing towards the ceiling. So I don't like him this week. Then my second sit, Chuba Hubbard. I know that running game for the Panthers looked great with D'Onta Foreman or Dante Foreman, or however you say that goddamn name. But Chuba Hubbard's been banged up all week. He's still questionable, I think. And after that performance for Foreman, I don't know how much Chuba is going to get, So I think his fantasy is really just going to be, can he sneak into the end zone once or twice? Besides that, I don't see him doing much. Then, final sit. No surprise here. Fresh off the bye week, we don't even care. All right? Sit Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I don't care that he's playing Tennessee, that their defense isn't necessarily all that great. I don't give a shit that the fucking Pats are looking so good. I don't get the Pats, I can't speak the Chiefs. I'm having to focus on my driving, sorry. And I don't care that they're probably going to steamroll them and then stay on the ground the whole time. CH is a must sit every goddamn week. That is my start sits. And Trevor's going to do everyone else's because I'm driving and no one else is here. Go ahead, Trevor.
Yes. You guys saw I had to grab some water because I'm talking so goddamn much tonight. But we are moving into literally everyone else's start sits. Cole did not get a chance to add his, so I've got Nick's, Will's, and then mine that I did literally while Oreo was talking because I haven't had a chance to yet. So yes, we are chaotic, but we are still bringing you the pod every week. So running into Nick's starts and sits, starting off with Devin Duvernay. I agree. Chances that both the top pass catchers in that offense with Mark Andrews and Rashad Bateman going to miss this week. He has actually been heating up. He's getting some rushes. He's getting some targets. He's always a chance to take it to the house on a kickoff return, which if you do score that touchdown, it does count for fantasy. So I like that there. Chase Claypool just got moved to the Bears. Nick has faith in Justin Fields looking at his new number one target. I disagree, but that's Nick's opinion. And his final start of the week, Curtis Samuel, the similar gadget player to Duvernay in the Washington offense. It's been, he had some early season hype. He's lulled a little bit. Terry's getting more attention with the quarterback change, but Nick has faith in the PPR machine of Curtis Samuel. For Nick's sits, he has just the whole Bills backfield. Nyheim Hines, James Cook, and Devin Singletary. This is going to be far too muddled for any one person to shine. And, I really agree with this here. Let's see. The Bills are playing the Jets. So, yeah, they should steamroll them. But even when they're up, they still don't run. So, yeah, solid choices there. For Mr. Trade Expert, Will's starts and sits. He mentioned previously he has faith in Miles Sanders against the lowly Texans, and I agree with this one. Going to be a whole second half of handoffs tonight. And yeah, start Miles Sanders, Ryan. Moving on to Tyler Algier against the Chargers. I like this one just because of how bad the Chargers' run defense is, but there's a chance Cordero Patterson comes back this week, so he will be relegated to a backup role potentially. And Gerald Everett in that same matchup, the tight end on the other side. I think if you have Gerald Everett, probably your best tight end option. So agree with that one. Wills sits started or wrote this one down before news broke, but Brandon Cooks tonight, he actually will not be playing because he's so mad that he didn't get traded this past week. So yeah, I will be sitting him because he's not playing. And I was going to sit him to begin with because it's an unhappy wide receiver. Like, how many times have we seen this? Another one of my players, actually, all of Will sits are my players. So great. Thanks, Will. Rondale Moore against Seattle, the PPR gadget slot guy that has been heating up for the Cardinals. Yeah, I like having him on my team. And his classic hatred of Kyle Pitts. Yeah, I got no better option this week, so I will be starting him, but I am terrified, as always, to play Kyle Pitts. And now for my start sits that I just randomly scribbled on this piece of paper, not even up on the dock yet. We have starting Jakobi Meyers, been on fire recently in that New England offense. He is pretty much the only target there. Love
I will
him.
not be making that mistake again. I will not be making that mistake again.
Yes, absolutely. Great call there. And we all had, or three of us had some Bears receivers. I agree with Oria. The Darnell Mooney start over Chase Claypool. He's still the number one as Claypool continues to learn the offense. And yeah, Fields has been a top 12 guy the past couple weeks. And finally, one of my guys, Isaiah Pacheco. I don't think I will be able to actually squeeze him into my lineup, but I do have faith that the Chiefs will be running most of the second half against the Titans this week, and he is now officially the starter. Agreed. Fuck Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Into my sits, I've got Michael Carter here against the Buffalo Bills. He had like 1 week of actually being the starter with Breece Hall going down, but James Robinson, his role will be increased. And it's the Buffalo Bills, dude. Don't play running backs against the Bills. Just don't. Next sit, Drake London. I had confidence in him a couple weeks ago as my sit. That has turned to pessimism. I have him in a dynasty league, which is great, but I can't play him anymore. He's given us no reason, no targets, no passing in that Falcons offense to believe in him. And my final sit, it's a bit of a hot take here. If he plays, I know he's a little banged up, or I think questionable tag coming into this week. DeAndre Swift, this is not just me being a Jamal Williams lover. This is him only getting like 7 touches last week. He's clearly not healthy. They're clearly picking spots for him to come in, keeping him on a pitch count. And they've done that twice now with his injury riddled season. And he's scored both weeks so that you're happy. I think that luck runs out this week. He's going to get under 10 touches and not get into the end zone and be very disappointing this week. All right, that marathon for me is now thankfully over. Oria, any closing remarks?
Fuck you, Nick.
Yes. We grinded this out, fellow co-commissioners here. Great job to us. Pat on the back for us and for Will.
Great job, us. I agree, man. I literally, and I just, you can't see, I have virtual background, but I literally just got to see it new. This could have timed up any perfectly for me.
Hell yeah. Shout out the alma mater.
Shout out the alma mater.
Yeah, baby. All right, I'm gonna go watch my Eagles absolutely destroy the Texans, and we'll get this pod out in hopefully a little bit. So lovely, we were able to get through it. Appreciate you guys always for listening, and until next time, fellow ass eaters.